For over a year and a half, I've had the idea to make a video about imposter syndrome and my own personal experience with the matter. If you're new to the term, imposter syndrome is summarized as the psychological feeling of being a fraud, accompanied by the feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt toward one's own accomplishments and abilities. I've experienced imposter syndrome for years as a beginner artist. The hardest it hit me was in 2019, when I had finally saved up enough money to get myself an iPad Pro. I had been doing my research for months and was so excited to draw and paint in the Procreate app. The week before I was ready to purchase it, I went to Lightbox Expo in Pasadena, California. It was the very first year of the event, and I was so excited to meet some of my art heroes in the industry, like Ross Tran and Michelle Lamb. These professionals had inspired me to pursue my passions and share my art with the world, making me believe that I could have a career in art. I remember standing in line for the venue with high hopes, and immediately upon walking in and seeing all of the tables and the crowd walking around, I immediately started feeling so overwhelmed. I took a look around at all of these other aspiring artists with their iPads in hand already, sketching along the windowsills and on the sidewalks, anywhere they could find their center and settle into the environment. Looking at lines for the portfolio reviews and the panels and workshops, I started even feeling a sense of panic, like there was more I was supposed to be doing and I didn't know what that was. Was I supposed to prepare a portfolio for today? Is there a workshop I'm supposed to be attending? Should every opportunity for rest instead be spent sketching? I remember feeling so overwhelmed, I left the venue for an hour or so, contemplating whether I really belonged there. I thought to myself, if I wasn't taking things as seriously as these other artists, working nonstop, grinding constantly, am I even worthy of anyone's attention? Can I even call myself an artist? I found myself pondering this question and feeling so discouraged, like all of a sudden I didn't stand a chance. I didn't talk to anyone else that weekend. I attended a panel for some of my favorite art YouTubers, and it felt almost like a bittersweet goodbye to my dream, a look at what I could have been. That weekend, I let imposter syndrome overcome me. Looking back at it objectively, my art was reaching a real turning point around that time. My skills and exposure were growing rapidly, and I felt more creative than I'd ever been before then. It took a bit of reflection after going home to see my hard work and accomplishments for what they were, without comparing myself to other artists on their own creative journeys, to find the confidence to continue creating beyond that low point. The next week, I purchased my iPad Pro, which I'm reading from right now as I'm recording this. And for months, I was drawing constantly. And for a while, I was posting on Instagram twice a day, eventually finding my rhythm and how much art I can realistically pump out over time. I still have moments of highs and lows when it comes to producing new art, but I'm so much less hard on myself nowadays. I understand that moments of rest and recharge are just as important as moments of productivity. When it came to creating this video, I honestly really struggled at first. I thought I haven't actually felt imposter syndrome that intensely in a really long time, and I started to wonder if I just didn't have anything to say about it anymore. But after going over other possible topics for this video and circling back to imposter syndrome over and over again, I just felt like it's such a relevant topic and one that many artists are always searching for the answer to, that eventually I'd want to make this video anyway. I think I eventually realized that the real reason I didn't feel comfortable covering this topic isn't because I stopped experiencing imposter syndrome, but because ironically I was currently experiencing it. I felt as though my experiences weren't enough to qualify me to talk about it or give my thoughts on the matter. That my words won't hold any weight regardless. I felt that oh so familiar feeling of, what if they find out I have no idea what I'm doing? I'm making this video now not as proof that imposter syndrome is easy to overcome, because I think it would be naive of me to suggest that, because it's not easy. It takes so much self-awareness and a positive relationship with yourself. The real reason why I'm proceeding with this video is because if you're watching this, there's probably a high chance that you've experienced this too. You've doubted yourself, you've felt like a fraud amongst your skilled peers and colleagues, or you've been in a position where you feel like you don't deserve everything you have. As of the time I'm recording this, I have 397 subscribers on YouTube, and I can chalk that up to the algorithm or good luck, but that doesn't erase the months of planning, the days of recording, or the hours of editing I've put into this project. I can tell myself all I want that I don't deserve my audience or my community, that it was all a fluke and I shouldn't be where I'm at right now compared to so many other skilled artists and creators working so much harder than me. And sometimes I do say that to myself, but that won't change anything either. I've decided that regardless of how much I deserve to be here, I'm here. I'm going to fight to earn this spot until I'm figuratively pushed off this high cliff. Even now, my imposter syndrome is telling me, you only have 397 subscribers. You are in no position to act all high and mighty. Maybe that's true, but I have almost 400 of you potentially listening to this message right now. And if one of you, just one, hears what I'm saying and decides that that voice of self-doubt in their head matters just a little less than it did a few minutes ago, that's my marker for success. I am validated in knowing that sharing my message has the potential to change someone out there, and I hope that you find that potential in what you create. You have a message inside you that deserves to be shared, no matter how you find yourself in the position to share it, no matter the message that others around you are sharing. Yours still counts. On one last note, I couldn't have made this video what it was without all of the really kind and encouraging comments on my last two videos. I try my best to respond to as many comments as I can, and I love hearing about all of your dreams and ambitions. It pushes me to keep going as well, so we can keep up with each other on this journey. If you enjoy my videos, please do not forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. This is the third video in a series of me posting every first Sunday of the month for 1 year. And if you've experienced imposter syndrome, whether you're in the thick of it as we speak, or you've overcome those feelings in the past, please do tell me about it in the comments. Sharing your experience might just help out others watching this video, as well as myself. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to catch you again next time. Goodbye for now.